A further problem in getting rid of the chametz is the chametz that is accidentally around in your house. I mean, the cereals are in cereal boxes. The bread is in bread bags. The noodles are in plastic containers that you bought in a plastic container store. But what about the chametz that isn't any place in particular? What about the chametz that's left over in your children's school bags? I mean, they're not going to eat it because they like to get new food every day, but there are pretzels in there, there are pieces of bread in there. What about the chametz on the floor, in the cracks, in the corners? What about the chametz in your clothes? Remember when you were eating that sandwich and somebody came in for an important meeting and you stuck it into your pocket because you didn't want to seem like, you were that hungry? Well, what about that? What about the waffle in your shirt pocket? What about all of that? So the answer is, you've got to get rid of all of that chametz. And that is done, the way we deal with that chametz is called bidikat chametz, tav lamed gimel. The Shulchan Aruch says that you do bidikat chametz the night before, the day before Pesach. And we do bidikat chametz by walking around with a candle and looking carefully at all the places that we suspect there might be chametz, and all the places that you would have been able to get into with your hand in order to leave or store chametz there. And even if you're sure you haven't done it, you're not sure that your children haven't done it. And you're certainly not sure that your children's friends haven't done it. And therefore, it's important to go through this process, to look for the chametz in your bags, to look for the chametz in the rooms, in the closets, in your clothing, in your car. Oh, what a place for finding chametz. And this mitzvah, and it is a mitzvah, comes with a bracha. And you have to say the bracha before you do the b'dikah. So you say the bracha, you do the b'dikah. When you finish, there's an Aramaic statement that you say, which indicates that if there's something I couldn't find, but it's here someplace, that I take it out of my mind, and I no longer own it in some way. While these halachic categories are difficult for us to understand, it is nevertheless obvious that Chachamim were very concerned that we should not have any chametz around. Now it may be that some people, there are jokes about how the women get very serious about getting rid of the chametz, and they get rid of things that probably don't have chametz in them. They look for chametz in the oddest places, and that spring cleaning gets kind of confused with chametz looking and chametz getting rid of. All of this is true, but underlying all of this is the fact that we really have to get rid of the chametz that we have. So if we eat it, it's gone. If we give it away to a non-Jew, it's gone. If we sell it properly, as we said in the last shiur, it's gone. And now, if we find it on the night before, the day before Pesach, and we physically get rid of it on that day, the next morning, then that chametz is also gone. We would like to come to Pesach being the proud owners of no chametz at all. And while this sounds at first to be an obvious or simple matter, it cannot be accomplished without some effort. It may be true that women exaggerate, or the people who are into cleaning, there could be men also who are into cleaning, exaggerate this matter. And if I had a choice between cleaning someplace that didn't have to be cleaned and studying the laws of Pesach, or preparing myself for the Seder by reviewing the Haggadah, then I would probably choose the latter. But that doesn't mean that there is no issue. and that there are no problems. And if there is doubt in your mind about whether you have to clean the shed that you have outside of your house in which you store the sukkah all year long and no one goes in or out, then you have to ask a competent Rav that question. Because even though nobody goes in and out of that shed, well, the mice might go in and out. The other animals in your backyard might go in and out. So you have to look into the matter. The rule is we want to get rid of chametz. We want to get rid of the kind of chametz that you eat during the year. The only way to do that is to look for it. So what we do is the big chametz, the cereal, the bread, the macaroni, etc., we get rid of during the month before Pesach. Or we take the things, especially if they're valuable, and we need them right after Pesach, and we may sell that chametz. But b'dikat chametz is for the little bit of chametz that you might have overlooked and not taken so seriously as a problem. That little bit of chametz is what we take care of on the night of b'dikat chametz. Happy hunting.